Citizens of Silverlake, I'm Anthony Von Dessauer, and welcome to Silverlake Studios here in beautiful Discovery Bay, California. It is about 10 p.m. and it is still in the high 80s outside, which means up here in our studio, it's probably about 100 with all the windows closed, air conditioning and fans turned off. That way, none of that stuff gets picked up on audio. Today, I am recording the Heroes of Silverlake segment for episode 5, and it should be a good one. Testing, I haven't tested the microphone yet. Heroes of Silverlake. Our first did I say Silverlake correctly? Heroes of Silverlake. In this Heroes of Silverlake segment, we've gotten a lot of support, and honestly, it's a little difficult to decide who should go first. But then we received an absolutely charming message on a podcast Facebook group, and that pretty much sealed the deal. Our first hero of Silverlake is Harry, who is probably listening to this episode in his car while he's driving around with his dad. Thanks a lot for listening, Harry. We really appreciate it. That almost worked, except I forgot to mention Harry's dad's name. We've gotten a lot of support for the Curse of Silverlake in the past few months, so it's kind of hard to decide which hero of Silverlake we should mention first until I got an absolutely charming message from a listener on a Facebook group, a podcast Facebook group. So our first hero of Silverlake is Harry, who is probably listening to this podcast with his dad, Garrett, as they're driving around town. Welcome to Silverlake, Harry. We appreciate having you. Good, right? Our next Heroes of Silverlake are from our Facebook contest, which is completely different from our Die Hard Dice contest, which, Die Hard Dice, we love you. We were ordering some prints of our artwork, and they sent us an extra set, so we ran a contest on Facebook. So if you haven't liked our Facebook page, you should probably do that, because I really enjoyed this contest. I'm probably going to do it some more. So the winners of this contest were 4 listeners that received 4 proofs of art. Thomas Ripper from Germany, Russ Moore from Canada, who's actually part of a podcast called Dungeons and Dragons. I know that kind of sounds like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's Dungeons and Dragons. And Glenna Howe from San Jose, California, and David Ginsburg from Orlando, Florida. And David Ginsburg is actually the host of Tales from the Fandom. And some of you may be listening to this podcast because David recently interviewed me on his wonderful show. So if you've come over from that interview, welcome to Silverlake. We're happy to have you. It's so hot, I feel like I'm going to die. And I'd also like to say for you citizens of Silverlake who have not heard about Tales from the Fandom, it's a nerd cult. I hate the word nerd. I know that everybody thinks it's like cool or hip, but it still sounds like derogatory to me. And I'd also like to say, any citizens of Silverlake who haven't heard of Tales from the Fandom, it's an interview show where David Ginsburg interviews kind of like working class artists. It's a wonderful show, Tales from the Fandom. You should go check it out. And now, I actually have a review. We don't get that many reviews, so we really appreciate it. And of course, I didn't copy and paste it into my notes, so I actually have to look it up here. And for our next hero of Silverlake, we would like to thank Conquer249 for leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts. Conquer says, a great fantasy story brought to us in a new medium. I expect great things from this podcast. Thank you so much, Conquer 249. Now, those of you who have listened to our last few Heroes of Silverlake segments, you probably think I'm going to mention the Formal Gamer, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to mention that they have a new season and a new player who is absolutely wonderful, and the show is just really great right now. Totally not going to mention that. Was that funny? I'm trying to be funny. We'll see. And I think that's almost everybody. Almost everybody except. And of course, we couldn't have a Heroes of Silverlake, whatever. And of course, we couldn't have a Heroes of Silverlake segment without mentioning Click Art Studios. Click Art Studios is the studio that did the cover art for The Curse of Silverlake, and they've also done the artwork for our new t-shirts. I feel like I should say something after that. We're just going to try it from the top. And of course, I couldn't do a Heroes of Silverlake segment without mentioning Click Art Studios. Click Art Studios is the art studio that did the cover art for The Curse of Silverlake. And if you go and check out our Facebook page or our website, and of course, I couldn't have a Heroes of Silverlake segment without mentioning Click Art Studios. Click Art Studios is the art studio that did the cover art for The Curse of Silverlake, and they've also done the artwork for our t-shirts. So if you're... I guess I'm trying to sell t-shirts right now, and I didn't really intend to do that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. And we couldn't have a Heroes of Silverlake segment without mentioning Click Art Studios. Click Art Studios is the art studio that did the cover art for The Curse of Silverlake. I'm going to stop it there so I don't have to keep re-recording that. And they've also done some more artwork for our t-shirts. So if you're interested in getting a Curse of Silverlake t-shirt, head over to our Facebook page or our website, silverlake.edgeoftheweb.net. I'm Anthony Von Dessauer, your host and the creator of The Curse of Silverlake. Daniel Dye does the character voices and plays Bobber in game. Ryan Whitechurch plays Darth Delphel, and Tristan Von Dessauer plays Solo. Until next time, happy hunting. I think we got it. I may have to change a few things, but Heroes of Silverlake.